Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This video is very delayed, very delayed. So basically, I had a conversation with someone like a month ago now, coming up to a month, basically talking about getting bullied. And they said something which made me want to make this video, and I asked them if I could use their message. So that'll probably be on screen. But basically, I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been meaning to. I recorded this video yesterday, but I wasn't happy with the quality. Plus, as I said, I recorded it late anyway. Today, I'm going to be talking about my experiences with getting bullied because of my disability and why I think people do it. First thing that I'm going to do is talk about why I think they do it. Probably just a power thing, you know, you're in a wheelchair or you've got a disability, you know. It's kind of easy to find things to bully you about, or like you may seem weaker than most people, which is obviously not the case, but they don't know that for some reason. At least that's my thought on why they do it. But I'm going to talk to you guys about my most recent times being bullied, which were 2 years ago now, I think. Obviously, I did do that video of the hate messages, but I don't think that really counts as bullying in person. Yeah, so my experiences with getting bullied started in year 7 of high school and lasted till year 11, and then there's a couple of bits extra after that, which I'll also talk about. Yeah. So, let's get into it. So, year 7, not knowing anyone, just going in, you know, first time, all pretty chill, until, I'd say, the end of the first term is when things started. It was just, like, people being annoying, you know, the kids had started to find their ground, started to be a bit boisterous, you know, arguing back against teachers, just being general assholes to everyone, rude, disrespectful, all of that stuff. Yeah, in year 7, it wasn't purely directed to me. I'd say it was towards the end of year 7 when things started to happen between me and the main group of people which were in my year. So obviously they're always in groups because they're bullies. Why the fuck would they be alone? You know? That's just the way it is. Usually a bunch of friends that get together, think they're all hard, and then be arseholes. But they started to just target me for my wheelchair, you know, starting to say hurtful things. Now, I'm usually fine with having a joke, you know, me and my friends, me and my brother say things about my disability all the time, you know, we make jokes about it. I'm all cool with that. But you can tell when something's being meant as a joke and when something's being said to be hurtful, I think. You know, like, the way that they were saying things just wasn't funny at all, and it wasn't them trying to be funny, you know, it was just trying to be arseholes. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Starting off, you know, they were just saying hurtful shit. I didn't really get bothered by it that much. You know, I got pretty thick skin when it comes to all of that stuff. So, moving into year 8 now, things didn't really get better, you know. I think, like, it pretty much just stayed the same, occasionally harassing me. And then towards the end of year 8, I'd say, during PE, these kids were put into the same group as me, you know, because, you know, I do wheelchair racing, I do a bunch of sports. I got put up into their group because before I was in the lower set PE class. So I was put up, and then they started having issues with that, saying that because I'm disabled I couldn't be there, which is just not true, you know. I'm sure you guys should know that by now. So yeah, as you guys know, that shouldn't have been the case with them saying that stuff. And I did correct them. I did argue back a lot more than I probably should have. You know, I reported them multiple times back in year 7. I reported them a couple of times in year 8. Now, I'm going to do a video separately, probably tomorrow, talking about problems with the school system, but I'll just touch on them now, because I would report them, and I'd be sent down to reception or wherever during break and lunch to fill in these forms and all of this stuff, instant forms, that type of thing. And it would be apparently to try and get them into detention, but they just wouldn't go. So yeah, I got a lot to say about that topic, so I'm going to do a video tomorrow or maybe in a couple of days. But back to the main topic. So yeah, towards the end of year 8, start of year 9, starting to get quite aggressive now. They were starting to ask me for fights. Me and one of my friends were messing around, play fighting. We shouldn't have been, but we were, because I do quite a lot of self-defense before that. I did watch quite a few videos about it. I had a couple of sessions with my brother where he would go to karate and then teach me stuff, and it was this whole thing. I have a long history with self-defense, so I was messing around with my friends, and then they came up and were like, "Oh, so you think you're all hard and stuff? Do you think you could beat me in a fight?" And I'm like, "Fuck." So I gave my honest opinion and said, "Yeah, probably. I do a lot of self-defense. I'm pretty healthy. I do a lot of exercise. I don't know about you. I don't know what skills you have. I don't know anything like that. But from my opinion, I think I could." So then they're like, "Oh, right. Well, I don't think you could. I just push you out your wheelchair." So it started this entire thing where they'd ask me for fights, and then I'd always accept them. I would always accept them no matter what, even if they said, like, "Do you think you could beat my dad in a fight?" Like, stupid shit like that. I'd always accept it. Always say, name the time and place, meet them there, whenever, Always be happy to do it. And we would either meet at the certain location, either outside the school, down at a local park, there and then. But whenever they would be there, they'd always be like, "Oh no, I don't feel comfortable hitting a disabled person, I could go to prison," and all of this stuff. And it's just fucking bullshit. I kind of wish that they had done something, because I will never strike first. I will never hit first, no matter what. That's just a personal thing. But these people, I know, have struck first, because I've seen them in fights at school and stuff. There was quite a lot of school fights at the school that I went to. And I might do a couple of videos talking about them as well. They were always pretty fun. But yeah, basically, they would ask me for these fights. I'd either show up, or just before we had agreed on doing it, they'd turn out, back out, all of this stuff. And it was just ridiculous. And this went on through pretty much the rest of my school year. I had given up with the school system at this point. It was just constant arguing with them. And then I think one of the most annoying things that they did was, I used to take my crutches to school. I've got something in my eye. Yeah, I would have my crutches in like the back of my wheelchair, and one of them took the crutches without me knowing. And then they hid it somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know if they had it with them. I don't know what was going on with it. Because we also shared a maths class, and they would do shit in there as well. And they mentioned it, they had said that they had stolen it and hid it and all of this shit. And I would ask them. It was all through one lesson, by the way, one double lesson of maths. So 2 hours with them, just arguing like fuck. And then, the teachers weren't doing anything. I ended up having to leave, because I always left like 10 minutes early, just to avoid the rush of everyone, because otherwise I would be 10-20 minutes late. It was one of those things where you either got out slightly early because of my disability, or I would be later than everyone. And the thing is that because I was ahead with most of my work most of the time, I kind of felt like I could miss the last couple of minutes. My teachers didn't, obviously. They're not meant to, which is fair enough, but it's something that I think I didn't really need. Yeah, again, I keep on changing topics. I got a lot of school stories, which I really want to do in future videos. But anyway, back to these people. So they had hidden my crutch, and then as I went down to reception, they had my crutch. You know, the reception had my crutch and they gave it to me, and they had said that someone had stolen it. And they knew who it was, and I asked them who it was, and they just would not tell me. They said action was going to be taken against them. I didn't see anyone get told off about it. I did not see anything happen about what they did, but I still had to fill out an incident form. I did not see anyone have any issues from that group. You know, none of them were in detentions, none of them stayed after school. I'd always see them catching their bus out with their friends and all of that shit. I'd always see them in the playground, all of this. And I had to not only get pissed off with what happened, get pissed off by the school system being this protective thing for the bullies, but then I also had to waste my time doing all of this extra stuff to report it. It was ridiculous. So, you know, all of this stuff went on over the years. Year 11, COVID happened, I left school, didn't really speak to anyone. And then I heard that one of them had passed away. I won't go into detail because it's not really my place to be talking about it. But basically, one of the group members died, and I messaged them. I messaged a couple of the bullies, you know, I messaged all of them. Not all of them got back to me. I could have just messaged them on the wrong thing, old accounts, all of that stuff, or maybe they just don't care about me, which I don't blame them for. You know, I don't want to be digging up old arguments and stuff, but with like 2 or 3 of them, I'd say they apologized. No, most of them apologized, you know. We ended up talking about what happened over the years. You know, some of them said they were sorry for being cunts, all of that stuff. Quoted, by the way. Sorry about what they did at school. And I just forgave them, because, like, I could tell that they were actually sorry. A couple of them, while they were bullying me, did seem to question what they were doing, and, like, try and stop their friends and discourage it. So, yeah. This was all after school, as I said. After school had finished. And yeah, I'd say I'm civil with most of them. I don't really talk to any of them. That's because I haven't had any reason, you know. I hope they're doing well, you know. But yeah, we don't really talk, but we're civil, you know. If I saw them out and about, I might talk to them. Obviously there's some which didn't reply or just told me to fuck off, which same thing. But yeah, that is my story with my bullies, or my most recent bullies. Now, as I said, there was a couple of other groups that were bullying me, like the year 7, or when I was in year 8, year 7s. They're probably finishing year 11 now. So yeah, it was this whole thing that went on. It wasn't too bad, you know, nothing really affected me. I'd get annoyed a lot, but that's just life. Yeah, that was my experience. If you enjoyed hearing about it, you know, let me know, leave a like, comment. But I'd also be interested to hear your thoughts on anything that I've said, or hear your stories with getting bullied. You can leave a comment, or you can DM me on Instagram, whichever you prefer. Or just don't tell me at all, you know, that's personal stuff. They're not really any of my business. But, yeah. I obviously didn't have any other fights. So, yeah, that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say on this, so I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye.